Overwatch 2 had its largest patch yet, which modified every hero in the game. The large changes include giving every hero more HP, giving everyone self-healing, and making shots easier to hit, and in some cases, much easier. Yeet! No, that should not have hit. That should not have hit on the Kiriko. No, chat, that would not have hit. Last update. I'm telling you right now.
That was just a good knife, though. I don't think that one was that. I don't think that one's that ridiculous. Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm telling you right now.
Nah, that one's a little bit. It's tough to tell because you go behind a wall. I don't think that one was that bad. That might have just been a good knife. I know the first one was a little bit weird, but that one was just good. Which, by the way, I know that it's also partly because of the hitbox changes. Yes, because I have been hitting some some straight up Kobe from downtown knives recently, and it's been so much fun. And you know what? Call me crazy. I think it's fun. I've been having a blast with the Junker Queen knife. I know it's super strong. I know all this stuff, but like as it's gone on, I don't think it hasn't been that bad.
When a DPS hero deals damage, even if it's minimal damage, the target will receive.
Yeah, it's funny. Actually, out of all the changes this season, I actually would argue that the bigger projectiles is probably like the least scary, other than it was for Widow in the beginning, and then that got changed. I'd argue the DPS passive has been scarier. I'd argue that like more health, the speed of the game, like there's so many other things.
Healing for 2 seconds. This change in particular.
Did you guys hear that? The whole floor just shook from a slam door, dude. One of these days, I'm gonna go to war. I'm gonna fight back.
Particular has been problematic at times, though. In chaotic fights, it is difficult to tell if you're affected by the passive. There are absolutely no visual indicators to tell you that you've been affected. I'm sure you can imagine how.
I think they said that they're working on trying to have one though, but it's like design UI. Stuff. So like I guess the options were, do they wait till the design of UI like for the passive is made and put off this patch for another season, or just launch the season and get it in later, which I think they made the right call.
Annoying this is, since one tracer bullet will reduce the healing you take for 2 seconds, often without you realizing until it's too late. The changes this season also make tanks less impactful. Tanks rely on receiving healing consistently to allow them to pressure the opposing team. With Winston, for example, sometimes your goal is to outright farm a support ultimate such as Nano as your win condition. Other heroes such as Malga and Roadhog are entirely reliant on healing, especially self-healing. I predict that those healing-reliant tanks are going to hurt the most this season, since just shooting them...
Malga low-key actually kind of good. Low-key against like Ramatra and Winston.
But DPS will make it difficult
because you can shred them faster than they can kill you.
Control and hold space for the tank. Also remember that every hero has more HP. DPS have their new passive, so finishing kills should feel pretty good for them, but for tanks, you just do absolutely less damage now. I'm not sure how I feel about this change, but at the moment, it's definitely clear that both tanks and supports are weak at this patch, some more than others. The new rank has also been added to the game, Champion, and right now, ranked is pretty chaotic. I personally placed...
Also, if you don't know, Top 500 just came out the other day. I think I'm currently like ranked like 90. No, I was ranked 69. Nice, because I think I'm like 71 now because it fluctuates. But there's one tank champ who's champ 5. It's rank 1. There was one top 500 champ DPS was Hydron, who's champ 5, and there was 3 champ 5 support players. It was rank 1, 2, 3. There are people that have placed champ 4 and champ 3. But they're basically just using the placement system and playing it only at peak hours, playing together with friends and stacks, and just trying to use the placement system because like the placement system matters more than anything. I f***ed up because I stacked and we f***ed around, so I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little bit down bad, but we're getting it back. But it's been mostly about your placements overall. So a lot of people that you've seen like posts on Twitter of like champ 4, champ 3, whatever, they haven't played enough games to even get top 500. So it's like you kind of have to game the system, and it's weird. I don't know.
Masters 5.
So when they said that they don't think anyone's going to be champ 1, I think they were right.
When I ended last season at GM 2. But my Masters lobbies this season are also mostly consistent of GM and top 500 players from last season, so it seems like everyone got deranked slightly, and the ranks need time to shift back into place. After playing the patch and watching it be played in the pro scene, I can confidently say that this patch really isn't the worst ever. The hitboxes might be a bit overkill, and DPS might be a bit overtuned, but those are issues that can be fixed with some minor adjustments.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with the second half that I think DPS is maybe slightly overtuned and it's fixable, but I disagree with the first half of like if the hitbox changes. I don't think it's actually that insane. I really don't think it's that insane. But I'm fine with letting DPS players have their fun for a little bit.
Support is balanced now, which is awesome, and tank does feel bad, but it's definitely not unplayable.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It just, you just feel like you're gonna be like, you know, if tank just gets a little love somehow, I feel I'd be very happy with balance, to be honest. Yeah, I agree with that, actually. Currently though, tank does kind of feel like you're just like trying to eat nails.
I know I talk about
and that's a little annoying, but overall though, things feel good, but just not for tank. Tanks, you just explode sometimes, and that feels like shit. If tank got fixed somehow, I think we'd be in a good spot. We're close. We're really close. It's just tank is suffering. That's it. Which I'm used to at this point.
I know I talk about Mercy and Moira way too much, but this is the last video, I promise. I just need clarification on what the hell you guys mean when you say this. You say that the characters are easy to learn but hard to master. I don't know if I blame Jalen Hurts or Master Oogway more, but you motherfuckers need to stop talking in these riddles trying to sound smart. Oh yes, they are easy to learn but hard to No, they're just easy, period. End the sentence there. Stop trying to like make a senior quote out of it. What is so hard
senior quote is wild.
Master about Moira? How not to just int into the enemy backline? I feel like that.
The only thing I would say for Moira mastering is like how min-maxing you're gonna go. Like, do you go full Nolan backline Moira where you could go a whole game and never see the guy? Like, you're playing third point Gibraltar and he's on first point Gibraltar killing somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you never know. You know what I mean? Like, there are definitely some masters of these heroes that like are considered on the easier end. So like, I don't totally agree with what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like, the characters mechanically are easier than others, yes. But like, I get at the same time what he's trying to say with like the mastering thing. Like, Moira, you don't have to quote unquote master. Moira is much more. Wait, Nolan doesn't do that anymore. 5v5 took that away from him. Wait, really? I thought he just didn't play as much anymore. That makes me really sad. Man, that just ruined my whole day. I lost my train of thought. You can master Moira very easily by just playing like Brawl Rush, and you all run in together, and like you understand the concept of Moira, which is like, okay, I'm walking with my team, I throw a heal orb or throw a damage orb, try to like either we're all on a straight line, you go for healing, like burst, like, you know, apply the heal to everyone so everyone's healing for a second because it lingers, and then do a little bit of damage, heal a little bit, do a little damage, heal a little bit, do a little damage, and if you get hard forced, you have to fade out and then orb yourself. Like, I wouldn't say that's like there's much mastering behind that, but like it's easier than playing Tracer, yes, but there's a lot of stuff behind it as well. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't think there's any hero that's truly quote unquote easy. But I can also find the humor in saying, like, trying to make stuff sound like a senior quote. I think that's funny.
Simple. And what is harder to master about Mercy than any other character in the game? Oh, well, you get focused. Okay. Anybody that is doing anything at any given point in time is gonna get focused. Like, oh.
I say the difficulty of Mercy is, like, you don't have the ability to fight back. Your whole thing is, like, movement. And, like, the best Mercy players are applying and getting value and are always the last to die. Like, being the last to die consistently is pretty important skill to have.
Yeah,
there's also a lot of bad Mercy players that just like sit there and heal bot, you know what I mean? Like, so like you can't sit there and say that like there's no skill involved, because you have the difference between a heal bot that stands behind their tank and the person who's flying around like an F-22 Raptor and like yeah, like there's,
when I play Ashe,
you can't say that doesn't take some skill. That takes practice, you know what I mean?
Looks at me, it's like, it's so weird. I don't know how Mercy players can do it, getting focused. Like, you're not special because people shoot at you. Like, it's a shooter game. It's in the name. That's gonna happen. It's a cow farm. There's gonna be cows outside. Like, listen, it does not have to be that deep. You are allowed to just call a character easy and not need to say, oh, well, easy to learn, but, you know, hard to match. Just shut up. The character's easy, period.
I mean, I understand his point, but at the same time, I kind of disagree. I think he makes a good point about people who like put way too much emphasis on, like, you know, trying to make everything seem a lot more mystique and harder than it, you know, it is. Like, mechanically, yes, it's easier than, say, something like Tracer. Yeah, sure. Even like Winston's pretty easy mechanically, unless you put away Primal. Like, overall, it's pretty easy. You know, you jump in, you go for bubble, and you left click. It's kind of hard to miss. You know, right click's a little bit more difficult, and Primal obviously is actually a lot of skill. But that's like putting that aside for a second. But you can't sit there and say that there's not any skill and like it's not practice and stuff like that, because like good Mercies are the Mercies that never die, right? Like that's what it is, and not everyone can do that. And I think sometimes if you're a high level player, you take that for granted because you see really good Mercy players do it all the time. It's like, oh, it's easy. You know what I mean? Okay, next.
What?
Wait, what? This happened to me. Oh my god, this happened to me on... Oh my god, this happened to me on Busan. Oh my... Just someone's gotta find the clip. The guru bomb, dude. Oh...
What?
We lost the game off of it, too. Nah. This happened to me. Oh my god. Oh my god, I feel for you so hard right now. Oh nah, dude. Seems fair, lol. Unlucky though. I don't know if I'd say that seems fair. That's dude. That's actually so unlucky. Oh my. Someone's gonna have to find the clip. Wait, you have the clip? Oh my god, here it is. Here's the clip.
It's right here.
Chat, watch this. I'm gonna slow it down. Actually, no, I think I slowed it down in the clip.
Dude. What? What?
We lost this game because of this. Because then we had to use our ult fight to come back. And then they had an ult fight after and they beat us off it. Look at this. Look at this. Nah. Dude, there's no f***ing way. That is unbelievable. That is the most unbelievable.
I'm watching this now.
That is the most unbelievable shit I've ever seen.
I
Wait.
know. It goes
Wait.
through the window.
Pass into the iris.
Oh, it had LOS of you technically.
I didn't even know there was windows on this building till that day. Oh man, that made me so sad. So, been there. Okay, next.
But the changes actually start right here with this sofa.
Hang on, what?
But the changes actually start right here with this sofa. This sofa has been the bane of my existence in Overwatch and Junkertown specifically since the start of Overwatch 2. Because when they did the changes to Junkertown with the launch of Overwatch 2, they moved that sofa. Now they had moved the sofa, but they forgot to move the cushions. So the cushions were sticking out of the sofa. But they finally fixed it. It's actually the first thing I checked and I loaded into this map. And now I can finally sleep again. Thank you, Blizzard.
You know what? I respect it. I respect it a lot that they knew that one specific spot. Also, yes, their voice is right. Their voice is nice. Dude, I don't know why I have the same mic. Dude, my mic sounds f***ing terrible. I want to go back to my old mic and get a new one because my old mic was shitting the bed. That's why I got a new one. I feel like this one sounds worse than my old one does, and it's supposed to be better. This is the same one. That's the same mic as this one, and it sounds so f***ing different. Oh man, makes me sad.